I believe everybody's within 7, so I get to do these models as well. If I ever mumble or speak too low, you need me to repeat myself, by all means.
No concerns. I will ask any questions I need to ask her. Ask you to repeat. No problem.
Awesome. Okay. Now I just take a lot of board space this turn. Up to like 19 inches on the charge, right? Yeah. Or on the assault shots. So we will start running some models. Let's not give you any free stuff turn 1. At least not too much free stuff.
Keep it to a minimum, yeah.
I believe I'm okay with all those runs. Sorry, I should be hitting Shift Enter in between each. I'll be better about that.
All good.
Let's push these guys up a little bit. Looks like I'm good here. One more unit. Let's get a little brave with these guys. Seems okay. Hypatia running up center. Should be good there. We'll start running some tesselators. I think it's the next step. Let's say tessellator number 3 will take a run. Passing the focus to
So welcome to another one of the round 1 matches for the VTC. So we've got Chris Dancox from Canada and Nick from one of the American teams. It's got Allwitch at the top. So Allwitch 3 with Grymkin versus Aurora2 in Mercenaries. Not that it hugely matters. We've seen this a couple of times, or I've seen this a couple of times in the last week, so it'll be interesting to see how these guys play out. I think obviously Allwitch has got a lot of protection against the shooting that the Aurora list brings with like the tesselators, and like especially with like the Angel, it's going to have to be real close to be able to do any impact. But we'll see how it goes. Obviously, we've got flip up a little bit of like an unusual Allwitch team, I'd say there. Just like missing out on the Nayslayers seems like a really off meta choice. So we'll see shortly how that works out for them. Obviously, Allwitch doesn't get to select any fancy trickery that the Grymkin normally bring, which is a little bit sad. As like a Grymkin player, I don't often reach to her just because of that. Like, it makes me just feel like she's a little bit of not quite one of the faction, right? But she is super strong, especially at the moment. Especially with like a lot of the gun lines coming back. It's definitely worth it. I'm just going to update the stream deals. We should probably post it some places too. So just going to watch what's starting to play out here. Like Nick's already sort of rocketed up the board. It's just his last of things just moving out. We've got Arcane Propulsion on the Nomad on the left currently. I think that's probably it. And he's got Phantom Protocol on Aurora, so dodge and repo. So rather than opting for like lowering the gun range, there's not a lot to worry about. It's basically like Witch's Gun and Longfellow. Obviously the clocks can't be affected because they're sprays. So we'll see. So yeah, these guys are playing like super clean, super polite, which is lovely. Just pausing between rounds there. That little bit of like cleanliness is like super nice. Just talking through this stuff. So let's have a little look. So I'm gonna check where all the links are. We'll get this up. Yes. So bear with me while I just put the streams up so people can watch them. Got a little bit of sound in the background if it's a little bit loud. Just let me know if you're watching on the stream, or we'll change it. Change it on the fly. So yeah, so this is gonna be like really interesting. Obviously, Witch is gonna threaten pretty damn far. She's got the capability to put down boundless charge on an awful lot. And Chris is currently moving up his Trapkin, which I think are like super like quality little solos. You get 2 of them for a reposition point. So they walk up and then they burrow effectively. So they just become a marker. You can just walk over the marker, nothing stops it, and they pop up and are cheeky little weapon masters with backstab. They can do some serious damage, and a lot of Nick's list is pretty fragile. Like obviously the Tauros a bit beefier, Gatsby's beefy, especially if he's hoarding onto his focus. But like any of the angels, angel based stuff, and the Tesselators, do not want to get charged by a weapon master, and certainly don't want to get bitten by them in the ass. So just talk about threat rages with each other, about how far we got stuff. Clockatrice is here, like very much taking Chris's battle group points. Like they're still like so good, even after like the big changes they had. They're just like the best Grymkin heavy. I think like there's an argument for skin and bones in some of the lists, but generally speaking, they're just not on par. It's not to say that the Clockatrices are too strong anymore. I think it's just a case of that they're just really good, like all-rounders. They just answer a lot of questions, give you lots of options. Obviously, they were quite resilient, which is good. So let's just get stuff shared. So we got kind of Beaver. I think there's like a good few teams with Canadians in. I think they've got Canada Goose, Canada Beaver, and friends. And I think there's like at least another team with Canadians in. It's like very much North America. So got some chops in the Twitch chat. Hi guys, it's late for you. How late is it over there? It's gone midnight for me. I've just cracked open a cider. Stephanie is meant to be commentating alongside with me, and is snoring away somewhere to the north of me. Let's get this shared. Yeah, I think these guys are about like 7-8 PM, so it's not too bad. It's like the advantage, right, of Canadian, of basically people in North America playing against each other. It's they get the flexibility, whereas I am sacrificing my potential sanity tomorrow with toddlers running around me and I'm going to stay up till as long as it takes tonight. This is a really cool list though. Just want to see how this plays out. So listed available on Knight's Machine, but I'll quickly go through them for people. So we've got so at the moment we've got Chris Dancox. So this is his bump list, bump all witchery. His other list is Dreamer and Dark Menagerie, which is pretty much like a very, very standard Dreamer list, but with 2 Defile Archons these days. The old witch list we've got here is 5 Clockstresses, Baron Tunglick, 2 Defiled Archons, 2 Grave Ghouls, Hermit, Longfellow, 2 Trapkin, and 2 Madcaps. So the Madcaps haven't got much to benefit from like their abilities apart from themselves, but that means they can go hella far. The monkeys can go real far and be annoying. Between Monkey Bite, like versus living stuff, not going to be obviously too efficient against the Aurora list, but it could definitely do something wicked and go really far and munch through angels potentially. We'll see how he works out. Obviously, 2 Grave Ghouls means being able to spread out, not necessarily worry about one dying and losing all your rerolls. They're super like good support pieces these days. So that's what Chris Dancock's got. He's got a healing objective, and then down on the bottom of the screen, Nick's got the treasure chest objective, and he's brought. Where are you, Nick? Ordo Malleus. So his off list, if you're interested, is Magnus 2 in Soldier's Fortune. Very much like heavy. 3 Tauros and Nomad, 2 Death Archons, Booby 2, Des and Gubbin, a couple of Arcanists, a couple of Ironheads, Anastasia, Malvin, Mayhem. But this is Aurora2. So she's coming with a Colliery, 3 Tesselators, which is pretty standard, and a Toro. I'm running a Nomad because I like the Amati and the charge and the extra repair. But Toro is very decent piece. And you'll be able to take like the new, whatever her name is, the gun, the crazy gun riot quest, so that when she comes out, I think she goes with any Ordic models, and Toro is Ordic, so that'd be interesting addition potentially, but that's a non-flying model though, so not so good. She's got, go back to the rest of Nick's list, so that's the battle group. We've got an ADO, 2 Frustum Locuses, so he's got a lot of Mage Statics or just boostable guns, Prefect Hypatia, 2 Voids, Gatsby 4, 6 just a Sanctified with a Scavenger, and then 2 lots of Clockwork Angels, 3 lots of Gation Angels. I think he's got, it's a really strong like build. I think you really want to go heavy into the Angels, but have the backup of something strong like Gatsby and like a heavy. Obviously, there's some lists that are taking 2. But yeah. So off we go, collecting corpses from his own guys. Obviously the Madcaps. I talked about Chris's list as if he's got Maldi Men and he's got Madcaps. This is my mistake. So yeah, so it's not Maldi Men who with the monkey. It's the Madcaps, just the weapon crew. So basically, it's like a bunch of little gremlin imp things carrying this bunch of pipes and spewing out extra cask imps that basically just walk forward and explode. If you destroy it, same as the monkey in Mercs, it gets catastrophic explosion. So basically, it'll get placed a random distance in whichever direction that Chris wants, and then deviate from there in a big, I think it's 4-inch AOE. I will check if it actually is blast damage or it's just if it's just flat damage, because that could be like a big deal. Let's have a quick check. I've not played with them for a while, but obviously they're super good because they can just easy fuel for the Grave Ghoul, because you just pop out cask imps every turn. Let's have a little look. The answer is catastrophic is. It's just a damage roll, so it's an unboostable power 12 fire damage roll and the fire continuous, so which is gonna basically just melt any angels caught in it. and it isn't blast damage. That's the crucial thing, is it's not blast damage, so Aurora can't just make her entire army immune to it. So this is going to be really interesting. We've got one of these on each flank, so they're going to basically just advance. Let me get my tools up on the go. Piotr, thanks for joining us, buddy. Yeah, it'll be up on. If I got time, I'll start it uploading as soon as the game finishes. So it'll be up by the time you get up, I imagine. I'm gonna try and stay the course. I can't guarantee I'll stay awake long enough. I am, long days, long days these times. But thanks for joining us. So we've got this side and this side. We've got the two madcap like engines, so they can go like somewhere really safe. Like if they want to, this guy can park himself in here and just spawn out cask imps like into the edge of the zone here and here. I think this section here that the clockatrices are in looks like a big rock is rubble. So I see the clocks like a very, very reasonable defense there. But on the other side, yeah, basically he can then fuel, just put madcaps into the zone, and as the angels have got to come in, it's basically just free contesting models that go forward, and if they bump into you, if you don't deal with them, they bump into you, they'll explode, and that's like potential to cause some issues. Like, yeah, it's not amazing, but the big thing is essentially every time a cask imp runs into Aurora's list, it's going to kill significant shit potentially, because it's a 4-inch AoE again, same as catastrophic explosion. It's not blast damage, so basically each of these flanks becomes just like a feeding ground where cask imps walk forward, and if they're not dealt with, they're gonna do serious damage to the angels. So we've got a respawn, I think. We've got respawn on any of these clocks. So respawn's token is up here. So one of these so we just put down the two desecrations from the Archons. We've got one Archon super far left, up towards the up towards the scoring markers. So the desecration obviously is rough terrain, which isn't going to worry, but the crucial thing is it's minus 2 to hit, and it's minus 2 to hit for anything. It's not living, it's not reliant on anything. So we're looking at so Nick's just doing his apparition. So we've got like a really good spread from Chris here, where like I said, we've got these two madcap engines that are going to feed into the middle, be really difficult to deal with, and clocks spread out enough that one side or the other is going to be faded on, always going to force Aurora to go super far forward. And in this matchup, the defiled Archons, I think, got the potential to do an awful lot of damage. Like, I think I'd probably aim to have my defiled both more centrally, maybe, just so they've got more options to threaten. Like the one on the left is going to have limited targets, especially once Mage starts getting handed out. But we're currently on to Nick's turn, so he's just apparating everything that's within 7 inches of Hypatia. So she's just behind the objective. I'll just zoom in a little bit. I've got nothing to worry about on that side. We are missing. There we go. So we've got Longfellow's just above there, so let's not forget Longfellow. He's a sneaky so he's not going to do a huge amount in this list. Well, he's got the potential to not do a huge amount, but if Nick keeps on doing Phantom Protocol, then he's going to be able to get involved, start picking off some of these angels, and if he gets a bead on Hypatia, it's going to be could just be the end of her. So obviously, all the angels within 7 Hypatia apparates herself, so she can extend her area to 9, essentially control to, or command rather, to get more angels jumping, which is kind of cool. Toro currently. So Toro's in range to charge the far left Colossus in the zone, but only if he feeds. So he's not putting any focus on him. So Nick's just sort of talking out, checking out where his options are. So it looks like very much he's not wanting to feed. Hawkfrost, have you had enough of seeing angels? I can't remember who was discussing. We were discussing it last night. So I'm playing angels at the moment. I lost to a very nicely teched Vlad 3 Wolf list, which is super cool. But we're talking about how with Tomasz, had a practice game with him the other day, and saying how Aurora hasn't been touched, your angels haven't been touched, and they haven't been nerfed at all. But there's a lot of stuff that's gone into the meta that's really good at dealing with them. So like the gunny lists, the Manticores have got a buff, and Ret's like back on the upswing. And yeah, there's a lot of like spell killing stuff like the Archons. I think people just need to make sure they're not bringing their gun list to deal with it, unless it's gunny too, in which case yeah, you're fine. Carry on. Or Lilith 4 actually. I had a game of Lilith 4 just before this, so we didn't get through a whole game, but we basically did a bit of testing with one of the other UK guys who's playing in the VTC, Dan. And yeah, she seems super cool, and like re-rolls on all of your shots, be it attack and damage rolls, means that yeah, you are hitting angels. Yeah, so it's pretty cool. I think she's got a lot of options. We'll see how she ends up turning out when we get the actual card and Warroom stuff. So very much Nick is just discussing how he doesn't really think he's got enough if he feats. I think he's right there. So basically, if he feats, we see like this is going to be like the outer ring of stuff he's going to get with feet. Like maybe that clock. Maybe two clocks one side, 1 clock the other side. These middle guys. Like maybe that is enough. Like, because he's got iffy feats. So if he did, he'd be able to do. We get Toro. I think all you can get onto this slot is yeah, it's basically the Toro and these 3. So we get a really good spiky roll on the wow. So on the right, we got a lone angel charging in and doing a really good spike, rolling 13. Chris gets the Grib goal to re-roll him, and it rolls 13 again. So there's a big chunk onto the clock just number 4. Not quite enough to make it start though. But yeah, I think his appraisal is pretty good. Yeah, we basically get like some clock angels onto the left. Like up here, we basically get the clockwork angels and a Toro, who's then way out on a limb. And these guys going this way. So instead, he's just putting some damage in, and it's going to be like much better positioned for next turn, which I think is probably the right choice. So let's get rid of that for a minute. So we got 2 going in to trigger gang, 1 the leader just hanging back at maximum range. So the 8 so needs 5 hits, so he gets a 10, nice and easy. No paralysis because it's not alive. So they're Bar 14, so I guess an 11. So good chunk of damage. She takes it. Takes a 3, so no stutter. And he's got his set, and yeah, if he was stuttered, then Chris would be in a better position. So the second might have been one charge of one run from the Negation Angels. And yeah, we're going a run. I know. So we've got Negation Angel that had apparated up to the edge of the building. So basically, we've got the apparate. Let me just put this back up. So we had this guy apparate up here, so he charges in. Another guy flies up from back here, and he's got one guy is still left alive and safe for retaliation, pretty much. So there's like 5 damage onto the clock that time, so not great. Yeah, so basically he's like committing enough stuff to tie in the clocks, make it awkward. So Chris is gonna basically have to like clear up the clocks first, or trample over stuff, or basically just to give him some stuff to think about. And obviously you can see on the map we've got, let's do them in green. Yeah, we've got here and here are the 2 Trapkin markers. So on Chris's turn, these guys can pop out within 3, I think it is. Yeah, completely within 3 of the marker, and then activate normally. So they're backstab, they're weapon masters, they're only mat 6, but if they're hitting, they're going to kill pretty much anything that's in the list infantry wise. So we've got a nice roll. So the clock angel on the left does a nice chunk of damage and takes out body on the clock on the left. It's just out of melee range, but also outside of. Make sure it's definitely outside of that Toro's range, unless now he feeds. But he's going to be feeding for basically one model getting in. Yeah, some good hits gone in on these clock juicers on the left and right, and the middle one a bit whiff, but yeah, it's to be expected. But like the one on the right's only got 13 boxes left, so they'll repair, which is something. So you know that like the clock on the left will have its body back, like before it activates, which is handy. So just working out where you want to put Hypatia and the other angels. It's gonna be interesting to see like the layers here. And I believe Witch's Gun, although it's brilliant in some matches, is just not gonna do much here. It's like only affecting enemy living and undead models. So all the angels are going to basically be able to go through it, but it is still a cloud. So that's the crucial thing, is if she can hit someone, she can put down a big old 4-inch cloud that's not going to affect anyone basically, but it's just the line of sight blocker, which might be important. like if it comes down to it, it does affect Aurora. Aurora is living, so can be blinded by it. So basically, if we see the assassination run, it'll involve, I imagine, Witch knocking down Aurora, blinding Aurora. Yeah, one or two or both, and then the Blight Archons spelling her to death as much as she can for clocks flying, doing assaults to try and finish her off. Obviously, if she's knocked down, she loses flight, so she loses all of her defenses from her protocols. So if she's got flying high at the time, enemy to blast, she loses that, for instance. But we'll see. Like, there's definitely a very credible assassination threat from Witch. But at the same time, there's also mage static on hand every turn. So it becomes like problematic. But obviously, she can use her her arcane machinery to increase the range of her spells by 5. So literally cancel each other out, and then the Archons, when they're hitting, obviously if they get the first hit, then that'll increase the range of any more spells against it by 3. So can hit stuff from surprisingly far away. So Gatsby's flickering before he goes anywhere. This might be a flicker and run, or is he just trying to get them farther? Okay, right, he's flickering to charge up the Frustrum Locusts. And then I guess just advance with his bots into the zone. So there's some nice lines. I guess he's trying to be trying to respect Chris's threat range. So the clock's range is clock's threat is 13 with boundless charge. So he's out of range, but obviously he can be sprayed, but can't be engaged in melee by the clocks at the moment. And there's no pull or anything in the list, so he is where he is. So he's contesting the zone, making sure he's out of range. So all can happen is some spells and some sprays. And range static goes on Gatsby's unit, so spells becomes a lot harder to get away with. And Archon number 2, so this guy. So Aurora, Gatsby, and Gatsby's entire unit, so these guys too. They're all covered by it too. And Archon, Central Archon all got mage static, so put Scourge down to range 3. Seems good. Like having that much potential. Yeah, the damage rolls will be pretty nice, right? Okay then. Yeah, I wasn't expecting so much, but at the same time, like, there's 2 negation angels gone into each of those out of potential 9 angels. That's 4 up there, and obviously if they both die, that means that unit loses gang completely. So it might work out. Might be too much of a sacrifice, obviously, because he can just guarantee you repairs. So we go. So this is what we got. We've got Mage Static, Gatsby's unit, Void, the Void, the Objective, and the Toro as he moves. So yeah, there's mage statics is on all of the key hard hitting pieces now, and on Aurora. So Aurora's going to be pretty damn safe. And the Toro lines up. Lines up the Toro 16 inches away from Old Witch. Behind the wall. Looking pretty safe. So he's got mage static on him. He's got the cover from the wall. And Aurora... Has Aurora gone yet? No, she hasn't. So I assume she's going to do Phantom Protocol again. But we'll see. So look, see where he gets to go from here. So where the Toro is, if Old Witch doesn't move backwards, it can charge under feet and with Gatsby. So Gatsby needs to move across, I think, to get it in this area. Yeah, but it means it can charge Old Witch. Obviously, you don't want the Toro landing on her. But and because where he is, obviously he's got like not a huge amount of models that can get in the way. But it could be that the Witch like moves back like a fraction of an inch and is then completely safe. So we'll see. Old Witch, despite being mostly scrapjack, is living. So. Just got Tesselators just position in. Very much, it's putting some big hits with the angels into those clocks, left and right, whiffing a little bit in the middle, but it balances it out, and then everything else is protective, moving the collery back, making sure that everything's got mage static that's at risk, and spreading out a bit. And we think we're pretty much done. I think for the next. He's got his ADO at the bottom. It's going far. Like if he wants to spread out his Tesselators next turn, you might have to just go back into the middle. So into turn 2. So the players just talking about how they'll how they can start scoring from this turn. So Desecrators go their way until the Archons put them in wherever they want. The Archons have changed Grymkin so much. Like they've been like not played at all in, and then suddenly the Archons have just put them back on the map, which is really nice to see. I think Isaiah is a little bit lackluster, the new Dreadrot Dragoon solo, but not quite there. So Old Witch cuts. She's got a cut to go back up to full. Then we go back up. She upkeeps respawn for free. And then we got clocks all healing up basically. So the central clock now has only got 3 on it. And clock number 2. 2's back there. Clock number 1 gets 3 back on its body, so it's intact. Clock number 4 just repairs a little bit. Didn't have anything out though, so discussing the potential. So Chris is just being wary about Swift Vengeance. So the Strange Bedfellows means any warrior models killed within 5 inches of a non-servitor solo grant it Swift Vengeance. So it's like particularly worrying on the Void Archons and Hypatia, but it can be super like useful on the Frustrum Locuses as well, to be fair, and on the ADO, I guess, if you like really need to be somewhere. But less important on the But it means that Void Archons and Hypatia with Vengeance top up to ridiculous levels of threat. Like Hypatia can get, from where she starts, if she gets Swift Vengeance, she can get into melee from 21 inches, which is significant. Obviously, that's a straight line, 21 inches. And Voids can underfeet as well. Underfeet with gas speed, the 21. And Voids can go 23 if they can kill something with their spray. So if they go the 3 inches, do a charge, get a spray off from the full distance, port 8 1 inch reach. It's 23 is like a hell of a drug to buy on Void Archons. Like Aurora2 does an awful lot for them. Like she's got the protective tools to keep them alive. So the flying high, the dodge, the repo, all really juicy stuff. But they become a little bit more combat orientated with Aurora1, where they can boost off her effect stack. But not as common. Aurora2 just brings like so many like tools, so much like to the table. I think she's probably like the best caster in Convergence at the moment. I think she takes Convergence and Mercs. Mercs like have such good options and such a wealth of options anyway, but I think Convergence particularly benefit from her. And yeah, maybe Strange Painful should just be for Convergence and Cricks. So is that controversy? I'm not sure. I think so. I think it should be. I think Mercs get enough. Yeah, Convergence and Cricks maybe theme only, but it is what it is. It is like the summer and winter and everything of Merc love. But I hear Christmas is coming for Circle again soon, so that'll be we can get off the Riot Quest Merc hate. So Chris is having a little look, see where he wants things going. He's gonna probably just want to scalpel off a bunch of angels without giving up Swift Vengeance. He's not bringing up his Trapkin, which is probably not a bad idea, because obviously if Nick then wants to press forward with his army the next turn, then the Trapkin are going to be popping out behind. So you got clock number 2 going up, just spraying down the middle. So just spray down here. So the Void Archon collects the Susors on the left. Hypatia should have Swift Vengeance that he hasn't added, but I'm not sure. Let me have a little check. Obviously, the guys playing, and you're expected to know your own rules. If it's not fair to step in for things that aren't mandatory. So yeah, we'll have a little check to see if there's a judge in the room watching the game or not. Who's in the room? So currently, no Swift Vengeance has been added to Hypatia. So we're going to see if it gets added. But yeah, it should be. Obviously, Nick's discussed it with Chris. They're aware of the rule. So I am not here in the judge sort of capacity by any means. So I'm here to watch and hopefully talk you guys through the game, have a laugh through it. And if it's stuff that's like mandatory or someone's got like a rule wrong, like that's the sort of point where you can call in a judge as an observer. But something like that where it's just someone like forgetting one of their own rules, I think you've got to like let them get on with it. I certainly don't want to be the one to stick my foot in and go, did you know this? It's not my place. So we've got a bunch of movements from the Madcaps. They're not making any cast games, I think he said. That's interesting. I thought he would be putting a cast game just because you can like place him. So the way the engine works is basically you'll put out a cast game. I think it's within like 3 or 4, which is D3. So essentially, he gets to. Let's get this back up. He gets this big area around here, and you can pop out D3. So you basically put like one there, one maybe there, and works out what you want to do with him afterwards. And then you start to roll, and basically you go your distance. You just sort of start putting him into the zone and go, this stuff's going to just contest for free. So you go 5 plus d6 inches. If you roll a 6, you blow up. So you want to put it a little bit away from your own guys, or potentially you'll be ready to move it first. So maybe this is why he wants to go like there. Let's move it. Basically, you just choose the direction. It goes like, we go that way, or we go that way. Just be a pain. So the clock's just removing these angels here at the edge of the zone. So 2 more angels dead. Outside of range for collecting the souls. So over here, in the centre, this clock just gets rid of gang on that unit. I think it's like the purple unit of angels. There's one guy behind the building still. Over here, obviously he's just down to Mat 6 and power 12 on his own, which is it's still okay. But when clocks are going to have desecrations around them, Mat 6 suddenly might not cut the mustard. So we got Longfellow moving up towards the clocks they're engaging the Clockwork Angel and the Negation Angels over here on the right. So we got them. Yeah, so he basically gets to put some shots in here. He's got Black Penny, so he ignores them being there. Just put some shot in. He's got a range 12 gun as well, so. So, gets the first angel. So it gets the one in the zone. Swims backwards and shoots again. So then he shoots so he basically shot the furthest away, shoots again, hits number 2, and he can swift hunter backwards again, just to make sure he's like quite safe. He's not swift huntering. Yeah, he's stay where he is. Like he's fairly safe where he is. There's not going to be a lot that can get into him. He's got the Defile moving up over the wall. So he's chucking a Hellfire. So it just nukes this Negation Angel off the table. RFPs him as well, so there's no soul for the void on the right. And he's putting down a Desecration. And you'll get to teleport backwards in a minute as well. So he's got the same thing that the Eilish has, I think. It's such a cool model. Like actual model wise and ability wise, they bring so much different utility to the faction that didn't have, like to have a ranged game beyond throwing clocks up and spraying, and they are where they are. So here it's going to run up. guess he's looking for like just the most annoying position to put him. So we've seen this clock is activated and this clock is activated already. So Hermit's gone up to here. So, and is Witch activated? No, Witch is not gone yet. So Witch is still where she is. If she stays where she is, as I said, the Toro can get to it, but let's assume she moves somewhere safe. We're in a spot where the Toro, biff up. The Toro's got the option to basically charge up to here. He's got a line of sight, I think, to the objective. So basically, he gets to. Let's assume there's no feat. If there is a feat, cool. If there's not, then it goes 7. So it can basically trample 9. Sorry, trample 10, or charge that far up to there with a 2-inch reach at the end. Smash into the objective. Under feet, obviously, even more. So that might be a free objective where you can send up Spiritor back with Aurora to be super safe. We've got on the right, just removing it with the one clockatrice and then putting back the damage one back a little bit. Obviously, like the longer that guy can be outside of combat, a couple of turns and he'll be fighting fit to go back in for another round. If you look at the pile of dead models on the right, we've got an entire unit of green negation angels that are now dead, and we've got 2 out of the 3 purple negation angels are dead. And the blue angels, I think he's got one's dead as well. So yeah, the negation angels who do like a surprising punch. There's not a lot of them left. So we got the madcaps on the right, little guys, little goblin dudes over here on the right. Just throwing their Molotov cocktail bombs. Obviously these guys are out. So clips the angel, misses it, but clips it, sets it on fire, I believe, but kills it anyway. So blows up one angel. I think that was a clockwork rather than negation angel. But there's a lot of angels off the board already. So let's see if he pops out any dudes. I mean, he's not. So he's just using them for the AoE at the moment, rather than using them to churn out extra guys. So versus this list, I'm not surprised because it's just like 3 contested pieces that you can drop out here and just go, this guy go that way or that way or that way, and just be like an extra model for Nick to have to remove. But we're working pretty even on clock. So Chris ends his turn. So let's go on the bottom of 2 now, going into Chris, Nick's turn 3. So no scoring, and off we go. So pretty even at the moment, clockwise. But yeah, there's a lot of angels gone off the table. Like another turn like this could really hurt Nick. To, like, put him in a position where he's not going to have enough models that can do enough work. Yeah, the longer these guys hang back, the more chance they are to be completely healed by the time like a Toro or the Teslators start shooting. There's no windstorm at the moment though. Oh, is there windstorm? So I'm not sure. There's a windstorm token on above the Old Witch. which you guys won't see, it's just up here. Up here is a windstorm token. So, no Witch is on 3, and she cuts to go up, so I assume windstorm is up and extended control areas. So. It's just doing the apparition at the moment. So. So, currently Nick's just trying to work out where he wants what. So what? So Nick's just measuring out like a 12-inch move for the Tesla, which means that he's considering a suppression protocol move from Aurora. So Aurora could potentially, if he does that, I normally indicate that we're on for a kill. So if Aurora goes up here with suppression, then it means that this Tesla can charge to here and put shots into Witch or any of these guys. The other side, I guess. Yeah, he's going too far. Okay, other thing he's doing. It'd be like a potential. Oh, Witch is only on 3. If you can get rid of, or if he basically he can knock down these 2 clocks. This is the problem. Is these 2 clocks can be trivially knocked down. Basically, Aurora goes up and she can either spray or shoot, or she's not going to get to melee with them, but she can spray or shoot them. If they drop, then the Toro can get onto the old Witch from where she is. She didn't go. Oh no, she did when she did. She went back. So Toro can't get on, but he can basically land. I think. Yeah, I'm not sure there's an assassination on. Yeah, going back beyond the Toro range makes him safe. But what he can do is look at where things are and go up here, put a bunch of easy shots in, and then reaper backwards. Basically, these are like really, even though there's no Arcana to worry about, I think he still needs to focus fire on these clocks. Otherwise, they're going to be an issue. He's looking at. I'm not sure if this is a spot to go and smash the objective, or if it's to go and attack the clock. There's lots of different angles that Aurora is going to do from here. So yeah, Nick's just describing that he's looking at feet. So she's. I think he's going with Aurora first. So Aurora does find the protocol for dodge and repo. So +2 to speed to all the flying models. And from where she is, she can literally stay where she is, not contribute anything herself, unfortunately. She's handed out 2 focus. She put it on the Toro. No, she's handed out 2 focus to the colliery, maybe? I'm not sure. This is going to be a move where Nick tries to root the objective, kill the Hermit, so he scores 2 in the central zone. Obviously try and do a chunk of damage onto these 2 central clockstresses, I imagine. he can score the left zone as well. So this is like a 1, 2, 3. This is a potential. This is a potential 4. So Hypatia goes across here. Yeah, so basically Hypatia can go across here to here. She's got a range 11 on her gun, so like more like here on the edge of the zone. Shoot this Clockatrice. She's got what was it, the extra dice against flying models, the dogfire. So shoot this clock and knock it out of the zone. She's got Thunderbolt, at which point that zone's just a free score for whatever. So just checking it. Just checking a ruling mode. So what I'm talking about is yeah. So Clockatrice gets gets shot out of the zone there. We've got a bunch of options onto the objective, including the Toro. Put like a number of shots. I think it's going to take 5 or 6 shots, obviously, into here. It's kill him, but there's enough volume of fire to do that, I think. At which point, on the right, Tesla walks up. I bet she just needs to kill 2 models. So, definitely potential. So, kind of instead we've got Tesla's gone up here, slammed into the Clockatrice. So he hits the boosted slam attack on the Clockatrice. So he's using the Grave Door there to. So the Clockatrice is knocked down, so it's no longer flying. So as we just talked about, yeah, when you've knocked down, you lose flight. So I'm not sure if there's a. So yeah, so this is just working out the whole flight knockdown stuff. Cool, and yeah. Nick knows his Aurora, which is nice. So it's good. So just taking like 8 points of damage, but the crucial thing is the clock's now knocked down. So these angels are not going to worry; they're just going to hit. So Clockworks go from 10 to 12 with brutal charge, 14 on the feet. It's a really nice roll. I'm not sure if he's got any. To the 6, so it doesn't stutter it. We got a. The other angel there is a blue negation angel, so there's 2 of them left. So the void goes up. sprays the Madcap and the Clockatrice. So it misses the clock, but hits the Madcap. So the Madcap's gonna, I think he's got to take up. It doesn't have take up. Okay, cool. Yeah, so it just does the whole the catastrophic explosion. So it's 2d6 plus 3 inches. So he rolls first and then decides where it goes, basically, and then you deviate from there. So you choose that. So you choose, you position it, and then you deviate, and that's basically where it explodes into the sky, showers everywhere in fire. Oh, I guess no win. That's unfortunate. So there's a conversation about catastrophic explosion versus Archons. So the catastrophic explosion is when it's disabled, it then destroys itself. So I don't think it gives the Archon a bounce. Yep. So no jump. So because it's when it's disabled, it blows itself up. You aren't killing it, so you don't get to jump with the Void Archon. So the Void Archon is basically staying there. So Nick's just trying to work out what else he's going to get out here. So he's gonna have to get 5 attacks into, or 6 attacks rather, into Hermit to actually finish him. Just clear that zone. Like the objective is probably going to be easier to destroy. And Nick's doing basically something similar. He's going for the little guys instead. So gets the front guy, so gets the port. So you jump in. Yeah. So you jump in to be able to go and clear the zone. So I think what Nick was doing was looking to basically do the same as he's doing now. So he's looking to move the Archon up. He sprays, gets rid of the Madcap, and hopes to jump to here and melee the clock to death, which is debatable, right? He basically stutters it, and it just walks. It just stutters like 3 inches this way out of melee. He's got the turret to go and finish it off, but then he has got the turret to finish off the objective. So I think that stays there unless he does the Hypatia stand-up play. We've got the Archon goes on this side though, kills off the first guy in the zone, kills off the engine. It goes over here, scatters across into nowhere, so there's nothing. But it means that zone is clear. So we're going to see. So that's an easy score. There's an angel already in the zone. So hits the little dude. So kills him. So the Grave Claw hooves up the corpse from it, and the Angel can repo if he wants to, but looks like he's quite happy where he is. So I'm guessing this Tesla is going to go up and just unload into the objective. So just going to be it's focus the green tessellate number 2 in the middle, just next to the objective. I'm guessing it's going to. I guess the objective is going to be the target for both these tessellators. Okay, right. So he's shooting the hermit to get him out of the zone instead of the clock. I guess the 7. I think he'll need. I think he'll need an inch, but so clears the zone. Well, clears the zone once the objective is gone. Nick's just trying to be really accurate, bless him. Cool. So Hypatia goes over, shoots the hermit out of the zone. And then the tessellators obviously need to get close enough. So he goes up. So it's power 14. So it's power 10, up to 12 a large base, up to 14 and defeat. So it does 9 damage. So he blows up the objective. So that'll be 2. That'll be 2 for the central zone and the objective, 1 from the right zone, and he's got another tessellator still to go. So it's going to go 9, but it's only got a range of 4 on his gun. But 4 is enough. So it depends on basically if he wants to have it in a position where it's going to be in a bad position or not. Like he could go up here, put a bunch of shots and kill the Grave Gull, and then any other shots into the Clockatrices, and then repo into melee, just to make them a problem. Like despite losing a bunch of angels, yeah, Nick's done some very good plays here, I think, to swing the game back in his direction. Obviously, he's going to lose some more angels. He'll lose that Tesla on the left, but for a 3-point scenario swing, and then yeah, Gatsby's basically just going to put out some clouds to block off the Archons. So I'm guessing he's trying to defend Aurora. He's basically just making sure that he's not going to be assassinated. So Gatsby just pull him back a little bit. Just make sure he's going to be safe. Gatsby's bots, I think, are out. The guys on the right. Let's have a look. Yeah, we got this guy just outside of command from Gatsby, but the other one's still in. So obviously Aurora's gone, so wherever this guy ends is where he ends. So, like, he might be in a position where he's better off just leaving him somewhere safe, or positioning him somewhere safe. He's got a Tesla in the zone, so he's going to capture that. He's got the Scavenger as well. So Mat 6. So he needs a 9. Misses the boosted charge. Was it a charge or just a walk? Yeah, I think so. The turret only had 1 focus on it, so it just walked up boosted. Yeah, it seems like probably should have pulled back behind the cloud, or like made a block in the zone, or just stay behind the building, the wall. It's obviously going to be a lot easier for him to remove the clock, of Chris to remove the clock from there. Oh. So Chris is just seeing if he's got space to fit in between. So there's like a tiny bit of a gap each side. There we go. So Chris has got it. So the clock stutters into the zone. He's got one more negation angel that can get into that clock. So I think that's all he's got. I'm not sure if the scavenger has moved. So it's all down to, I think, to this guy. So he's going to charge in. So yeah, so it goes. So Nick just basically confirming he got a bit greedy. So the clock stutters into the zone. The Negation Angel charges, and Hermit Mad Visions the charge, so that clock stays there in zone. I think he's got left. We've got the Tesslator on the right in the zone, and I'm not sure if he's got the Scavenger yet to go still. But Nick's just debating what he gets out of it. That's a shame. So it's gone from a 3-point to a 2-point. So the Frustrum Locusts are just handing out Mage Statics. We've got Aurora's got Mage Static, and the Scavenger's got Mage Static, so it makes them pretty safe. And then he's got another one to go. I think that's so I say we got the one Tesla, but with Windstorm, there's not a great deal you can do. Scavenger's going to move into a good position to work from next turn, and yeah, the Frustrum is basically handing out more Mage Statics. We've got Mage Static on Gasp's unit, Mage Static on Aurora to keep her safe on this guy. And up onto the objective as well, so you can't easily move it. It's like a decent space of stuff. I think if he left that clock, it's unfortunate that he didn't go. Like maybe he didn't have the volume of attacks to kill Hermit easily, so that might have been the right choice. But he was like 6 of 1 half does it right. So basically just passing folks back to colliery. So we're about to see Chris's turn. Let's see what he works out with. So we've got here and here are the Trapkin tokens. So I imagine we'll get Trapkin popping out and doing some horrific damage to something. So like we could have a Trapkin pop out here. Charge its backstab charge into the back of this void. This side, maybe I'm not sure you can get behind the Void, so maybe he goes behind the Toro. And again, does an awful amount of damage. We'll see. So back over to Chris. He's just moving his Desecrations out of the way. He'll upkeep respawn for free because of the frog. This is going to be it's going to be interesting. Yeah, but here we go. Here comes the Trapkin. So these guys are going to hit like absolute trucks into the Toro or into the Tessellator. It's like I think on the right that's a good option to just brutalize that Void Archon, so which frees up the clocks on the right to go deeper. So I'd be looking at this, kill the Void Archon, then these guys get to, let's have a little look, let's check the range. So you need Boundless on him, but can get up here into this guy, and then you've got maybe not enough to finish clearing that zone. So there's going to be some Fury left on the board. Obviously there's a knockdown clock that's battered, but it'll repair. So clock number 1 is slowly getting healthier. So this is the really injured one, which means all the systems are working. 3's taken now like no damage, so he's now fully repaired. Then 4 just slowly gets better, and 5 is uninjured. So this is going to be like, this is obviously a crucial turn for Chris here, where he's going to be in a position, but he's in the position to clear, I think, the left zone. Like the left zone, I think the right zone might be tricky. Got Longfellow down here. Is going to be too far to affect anyone apart from the Void. So, we can affect Hypatia. Oh yeah, okay. So Longfellow goes for Hypatia, right? So Longfellow goes up to there within 10 of Hypatia. He's got the extra dice against characters, so he's got the potential to just basically shoot Hypatia off the board. I think that's the most efficient he's going to be. And there's obviously a bunch of stuff in this zone in the middle that is going to be difficult for Chris to get rid of. So yeah, I think what we're looking at is Longfellow goes up, shoots off Hypatia if you can, just because it's a good thing to go for. And we do. Obviously, one of these clocks basically clears out the angels. You don't have to worry about the Tessellator because it's like a power 6 on melee attack, so you can ignore the freeze choke. Basically, just it's not gonna do anything. So basically, yeah, he needs one clock here to kill 3 angels, or something to kill the angels. But obviously, he's got Archon, he's got Baron, he's got Witch herself. Like Witch herself could get involved. So we're just discussing. Yeah, they're just discussing how bad Teslas are at free strikes. Nick's just told Chris is like anything special about the melee attack, and Nick's gone, yeah, it's a headbutt, it's a bash. It's power 6. It's like, yeah, it's fancy, right? So yeah, So Chris just having a look to see where Longfellow can go, asking about Hypatia's defense, and is posturing to run the ghoul into position to make sure he's got rerolls on whatever he needs rerolls on. So yeah, I think between I think the 1 o'clock here in the centre, we basically just go for rerolls on. It might be the feed turn for him, to be fair, so he gets rerolls and he gets like extended control range, etc. At which point the clock can probably just remove all 3 of these guys. Not necessarily worry about the Tesslator, just engage it. We can do Hermit goes here, puts up his bubble, gets both these guys. At which point we've got a clock goes up here, or the this guy goes in the back, does a big chunk of damage. This clock comes into here and kills the void. Maybe does some extra damage here, and then an easy follow up and finish with the other clock. And maybe the void goes up here and gets some work done as well. So I think he can clear the left zone and any of the threats on the left hand side as well. And I think he can clear the dangerous elements in the right zone, but I don't think he can clear all of it. I think basically he falls short of just having the number of attacks. So Longfellow goes forward, shoots Hypatia, hits her. She's R14, so it's dice R4. He gets an extra dice because he's fishing for characters, and just kills her. Kills her with the first shot. To get a shot of the Archon. I just use the Negation Angel. So clears out. Yep, so Longfellow takes out one of the angels, engaged in the clock. Obviously the clock hasn't stood up, hasn't shaken, knocked down, because it's just going to sacrifice its movement, stand up and kill whatever's next to it, basically. So the Grave Ghoul's going to move out of the way. This Grave Ghoul going to run. So Old Witch looks like she's committed to actually do some work herself here, which she's perfectly able to do. She can also just go in and Scourge and be at a range where it's not going to scar off the Tesslator, or she Scourges one of the 2 angels that it's in melee with. It clips the Tesslator, knocks down the Tesslator. The clock obviously is already knocked down. And then she just flattens everything that's there. Kung Hop, hiya, nice for joining you. We're doing this is round 1 of the virtual team championship, the online version of the World Team Championship for Warmachine Hordes. This is round 1, so we got Chris Dancox from Canada, Beaver and Friends, and Nick. Nick's playing from Ordo, Malleus. It's a bit of an American team. And this is a really interesting game. It's swung heavy both ways so far. This is like the crux turn for Chris here. So the Grave Ghoul swings his shovel, killing the Clockwork Angel. So with Aurora's feet off the table, Gatsby's not really threatening anything from where he is. So I think this is going to be a really big swing. So yeah, Old Witch feet, so she gets all of her Arcana, or not her Arcana, her Arcane Machinery. So she puts up Witherstorm. So she Curse of Shadows in the Toro. So she gets a reroll, but she's opting for boosting. Oof. So she so she uses her reroll, and then the Graveguard gives her a reroll, and she hits. So Curse of Shadows, just -2 armor onto the Toro. So she really had to try to get that out. She got some big kicking legs on her, so she's gonna see what she's gonna do. Like, so she's just gonna kick Angel and win the last of the negations. So she hits the negation Angel, just annihilates him. So which ends her turn. She's camping 2. And she's got Windstorm up. She's in a very safe position. Gatsby can get to her with a spell. Aurora can get to her with a spell. But yeah, there's nothing really going to threaten her. If Chris could get rid of the Archons and the Toro. She's boundless charging, I'm guessing, clock number 3. Here we go, yep. Boundless charge out on clock number 3, as I said, yeah. So that means it can get onto the, well, wherever it wants, pretty much. So it can't get into the right zone, but it can basically get for free without spending Fury into the Toro and to the Void Archon. Hermit's go forward, gonna do his Kingdom of Ruin, whatever it is, the -2 armor bubble. It's gonna catch. Make sure he's far enough away from his own models, generally. She gets free struck by the Tesslator. So Tesla does a point of damage to the from a Tesla free strike. So he sits there. So we got -2 from Master Ruin, -2 from Curse of Shadows. It's looking bad. So Clock Number 2 stands up and walks. Or swinging, yeah. Swinging to the Tesla. So the Clock's basically just going to go to town and probably just destroy this Tesslator. So it's dice -1. It's only got its tail attack here. So 3 to 6. Hermit takes it to +1 on the -1. He's going to buy an attack. Hits it. That does 9 damage. Leaves it on 2 boxes. Oh no, sorry, leaves it on live. He's already done that. That hits. So now leaves it on 3. Or 2. So 2 points left on it. So it's still barely going. There's no corpses on the Graveguard, so it's not been able to force any rerolls yet. But we've got basically 2 fully functional clocks and 2 defiled Archons to finish off that if it needs to, and Trapkin, and to basically go into the Toro and the Void Arc on the left. Like, I think one of the clocks probably just takes out the Toro on its own. It shields the old American, the Canadian grudge match. Yeah, it just happens. We got like people from 20 different countries playing, and a lot of them across country, cross nationality. With just like an open event this time around, rather than being based solely on national teams. There's still some national teams there, but so we've got the Defile Lock-On goes up. So Defiled Archon goes up, blows the Tesslator off the table, throws a second one. So hits the Void Archon with Hellfire. Does 7 damage to him. So Void Archon's down to 6 points, and the Defile's where it is, but it's pretty safe to be fair. Is this Defiled Archon walking up to knock off? So hits the Void Archon, kills the Void Archon with Hellfire, gets the port. So the Tauro's down to armor 14. So straight dice, so 10 to the 6. So it's a big chunk from the back room. Not taking out any actual columns, any systems. So the clock's looking at just walking. He doesn't need to have the charge bonus, quite frankly, I think. So we'll be able to go there, and then he's going to have... So misses the first claw, misses on the rerolls, hits again. So dice off 1. I said dice off 1, goes back up. So dice off 3 because of the shield. So 5 to the 4, still has got a shield. And there's tail attack, misses on the reroll. So the tail attack's a good one because it ignores the shield bonus. So you've got to buy, hits it. This is straight dice because he ignores the shield. So 6 to the 1, takes out his left arm, so he's not got a shield anymore. But he's biting with his tail anyway. Man, he misses a lot of these attacks. So he hits, straight dice, leaves him on 4 boxes. I think that's that clock full. Yeah. But he's got, I was going to say, he's got a charging Trapkin into the backside. So he's power 12. So it's going to be dice off 2, but 3 dice for the charge, 4 dice for a backstab, 5 dice for a Weapmaster. So he's going to... he just annihilates him. So he's going to sprint off into just an awkward position somewhere. And he's going to turn. And then the 2 remaining guys from the unit run into the zone, so they catch that zone. And he's still got a Clockatrice with bonus charge, so I'm guessing he's just going to go pile in and kill a Tesslator. Kill a Tesslator, maybe the Angel as well. Just get like the most out of it as he can. So he's going to be in range of Gatsby, but you know, it swung really hard now in Chris's favour, I think, yeah. So the clock misses its assault. Yeah, so Chris misses forgets the Phantom Protocol, which is an easy mistake to make. Obviously, it's like an aura around Aurora rather than on the the Teslators. So misses the spray, which means you can move outside of melee range and potentially to a position where it can threaten something else. There's still a Trapkin, and there's still 2 clocks on the right hand side there, so it's not exactly in a super safe spot. So you're not scoring that zone, so it doesn't need to be in anymore. So he moves out. So the clock's now boosting the attack on the Angel, so he'll just kill that Angel. So kills the Angel. It's out of range to give its soul to anything. I think it's outside of range for any Swift Vengeance as well. And the Clocktress time locks. So the first Clocktress Animus so far. And then we're gonna our position here. So these clocks could be, what it could do is assault the Archon to a point where it sprays someone behind, basically. So it gets the Archon for the melee attacks, and either gets one of the Angels in the back of the zone or hit on the Tesslator. Probably want to go for the Angel or the Gatsby bot. Just because obviously if it gets the Tesslator and misses, it just dodges into a position where it blocks the trap kit, something like that. But he's walking in instead. So just doing some attacks. So hits the. So 2 points of damage. So chips away the first attack. Second claw goes in, misses and misses. Hits the tail attack. This is dice off 3. Does 3. So it's got 3 left. So 7 left on it. He's biting a tail. Missed the reroll. Chris is having a really unlucky dice here this turn, and he's still managed to get a lot of stuff done. But so that clock basically chunked the void down to 7 boxes, but like a big fury cost. And he's doing the assault thing this time, so he's gonna. So misses the spray on the void. Is he? Boosts the charge attack, hits it. It's dice off 3, and kills the void archon. So he's contesting everything. He's scoring in the left zone, and I think all we got left is a Trapkin. Like the Trapkin gonna just walk around and like hit the back of a Tesslator. Like if Tesla number 2 wasn't there, it could have gone into the treasure chest, into the objective maybe, and done a big swing damage. It's popped out this turn, so it can't go back under. So it's got to make a use. So hits the Angel, kills the Angel, and it gets to sprint to somewhere. That's the Angel with Swift Vengeance. I'm not sure it's a massive deal. So he spins back into the middle of the zone, and then Baron is one of the last guys to go. So he walks, jumps, and does something. He parlays. So obviously means that Gatsby's not going to be able to do anything, but you can just like move up and can't get him anyway, I think, range wise. So Chris ends up on 22 minutes. Nick's got 26.5, but he's in a really rough position here. So the score is 2 to Nick, 1 to Chris. We're on top of turn 4. I think Nick's gonna be in a real bind now to pull something out here. So there's no angels left on the table. We've basically got there's 2 Frustrated Locuses, its caster, the Colliery, 2 Tesselators, Gatsby, a Scavenger, and an Adio, an Arcanode. So, let's see. So the AJ takes his 3-inch Avengers. So Gatsby's got Old Witch has only got 1 Fury on her. So it's got Windstorm. It's got Treasure Chest. So this might be like an all-in, go for it sort of scenario where so yeah, Aurora can't quite get within 8 inches there. If she can get within 8 inches, she basically charge and then do a spell spray into Old Witch. With Windstorm up, she's not hitting. Like, she's not going far enough with a gun. Like, she can shoot the File Dark on, but that's as close as she can get. So he's like, we're gonna like look at this distance. It's like be super important. Yeah, there's no swap there, unfortunately. So Aurora's big butt, as Nick has said, can't fit there, and obviously Hermit's got 4 boxes left on him. So if the Scavengers, I think the Scavenger's it's just got 1 attack. If it's got 1 attack, then it's off, right? If it's got enough attacks, the Frustrum could go in and do 1 damage. Let's have a look. Let's check the Scavenger card, because I can't remember. I'm used to play with a Strike. I prefer the Strike just because you can like not worry if he goes outside of control. Just because you always get the free trample. He's only got 1 attack, so yeah. So if you're going to do enough damage, you need to obviously get his first attack, buy a second attack, shoot with the Frustrum Locus. So you need to get another attack. So it could just be a focus point of Gatsby, gives you 4 onto that guy, but then it means there's no charge angle then for Aurora to get to within the 8. So Nick's just debating. Obviously he's got time here. We've got 22 minutes, 23 minutes or something, but it's very much a can he pull something out here? It's going to be hard. Windstorm really helps shut down the Tesselators. I think what his best plan might be is getting Aurora up into the Clockatrice in the zone, using suppression initiative. So we've got. So look, the Colliery's got 3 focus on it. So Colliery should probably be able to get close enough. Yeah, the Colliery can just go behind the objective and boost like attack rolls into the objective to transfer, and it could basically induct. So this is what I think is the way out here. So Gatsby's got to move out of the way first for this to happen, or Aurora's got out of the way. But basically, the Colliery gets up here, and basically just boosts and buys attacks into the back of the objective. It's not going to do any damage. It's power 6, but it means it can pass all 3 of its focus across to the Tessellator. Aurora uses suppression initiative, goes up as far as she can, at which point goes up as far as she can and knocks down this Clockatrice. So she goes up here into combat, knocks this guy down, and that's probably her done. That means that this guy is 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So you can. So this guy then threatens 12.5. The back Tesla. So obviously you want to get this guy just runs up here, which means that this guy can charge. Look at my crazy Ryan. So basically, yeah. So we get up here with the colliery, transfer across. He goes up here, knocks him down, suppression initiatives, so he charges the frog and then puts all of his shots into a one camp Old Witch, and the second guy basically does the same, goes up here to within range, shoots all of his shots into her. If you can get close enough, in fact from there Aurora can potentially get into a position where she can put up let's have a look. Yeah, so if Aurora goes to where she is now, so Nick is actually now sort of talking through what I've discussed. So Aurora goes up here. She suppresses initiatives. She knocks down this clock in melee. She can hand a destruction into Old Witch, which makes it a lot nicer. So there's nothing about they've got no rerolls on the Grave Girl on the right, on the left, and basically she'd be probably out of range of the Grave Girl on the right. Yeah. So this is what we're doing. Is Nick's now talking out exactly what I've talked about. I think he just needs to work out how to get the focus. Gatsby doesn't really contribute to this at all, I think. Maybe Gatsby goes up here somewhere. So is Gatsby, how close is it? So Gatsby can flicker. So he walks towards 8, so he's within 10 of the Grave Ghoul to try and one-shot the Grave Ghoul. Just to make sure there's no reroll. But that's all Gatsby can do. So yeah, I think that's it. I think that is the plan. We'll see if Nick agrees. If he goes with so yeah, I basically flicker with Gatsby. Unite me to check he can get there in time. But yeah, he basically wants to flicker with Gatsby, see if he can move up to. Obviously, I can't proxy out without moving the guy's models. I'm not going to do that. So you can get close enough to the Grave Ghoul to nuke it with a Hellfire. It's got to roll hot. So he's looking at a charge, which is fine. So Aurora goes first. So yeah, so Aurora goes up first, hits the clock, knocks the clock down, puts hand destruction onto Old Witch. Gatsby flickers, charges the clock, gets him to within 10 of the Grave Ghoul, so he can just roll out Hellfire. Hopefully he gets it. And then he's got the colliery, walks forward, either just transfers if he gets close enough. If it can't, it just bashes his treasure chest objective a few times, transfers it all over to the last guy. He charges Baron, and then he puts all his gunshots into Old Witch with special initiative up, and away we go. So Old Witch is not particularly doable. So she's def 12. There's no. I don't think there's any way. Let's have a look. 12, 14. He's just out of range. There's no way a Gatsby bot gets onto him, but there is a rate. Yeah, he runs the. You can run the Scavenger over to apply Dark Shroud, but it takes her up to like and she's a huge base. Does she not get the targeted melee? That might be worth doing. Yeah, run up with the Scavenger so it gets Dark Shrouded. So there we go. But when you're playing the game, you don't always see it all, so it's not so easy. But Nick seems like he's like talking through a lot of this. So treasure chest goes on Aurora because landing hand structure is really big here. There's nothing easier to do. I think it's all on Aurora going in. So it's a big. So it doesn't kill the scavenger, so it's got Dark Shroud. Probably would have done that afterwards, but it doesn't really matter. So it's, yeah. So Rora's charging. She needs to kill the. I've just realised she needs to kill the Clockatrice because of time lock, and that Clockatrice has got respawn. So this is going to be the problem. Is it's got respawn? So what we should have been looking at, I think, is the Frustrum going up here and shooting it to strip respawn. But now it's knocked down, maybe that's what he does next. So here's hand destruction. So gets it. So hand destruction is our witch. So that's basically signs of fault lengths. Roll an extra die for attack and damage roll for the battle group and drop the lowest. So she's now empty. She's done suppression initiative, so it's dual attack. So this clock. So it's put the focus on the tessellator in front rather than behind. So that might be enough. So it gets in, but it means that it doesn't. So all shots onto our witch. So it hits it. Sees a power 14. So 2 damage. Hits on 5. I think he's got to be boosting. I think dice off 5 is 2. Gets to reload. So it's a off 5. She's got a transfer left there. So transfers the clock. So she's out of transfers, but she's got 13 boxes. And I don't think this last guy gets there because he's got 2 folks on him. So Gatsby goes. I think he's basically doing what I was talking about, actually trying to get the frustrum close enough to shoot. Not realizing the frustrum's got Pathfinder. I think, yeah, this could be a killer. So yeah, the frustrum, I think, walks 5, shoots 12. So basically, it's got to be within 12. Obviously, windstorm's up, so it walks 5 and then shoots 7. So I think both these frustrums are probably within range. So this could be, I think this is the thing where the clock doesn't die because of respawn. So I think he's got to get these frustrums to shoot first to get rid of respawn. Otherwise, when Gatsby goes in, the clock just respawns out of his way. So he can be outside of Windstorm, I think. It's 18, is that right? This is agony, right? So Nick's basically just searching for a spot where he can shoot the clock. Yeah, he's going for it with Gatsby now. So Gatsby's going to basically get his charge attack. So Gatsby does the flicker. Now he can only move 9. So he moves 9, 2-inch reach. So basically he's going to hit the clock once. And unless Nick gets lucky here with so auto hits him, he's knocked down. So he's going to be power 18. So Hellfire hits a witch. Oh, 3 more damage. So leaves it on 10. So hits the clock. Does 9 damage to 2, which doesn't stutter it. Oh, the agony of watching someone that's got Pathfinder on a model doubling their move and being out. So he's looking for a shot here. So he's got tokens, so you may as well use them. So hits the clock. So respawn goes. It's a power 12, goes up to power 14. So the important thing is it removes respawn and it removes time lock. So it doesn't matter that the clock is there anymore, apart from to put him in a position where he might be able to block the landing zone. So yeah, there's no way he can go far enough to block the. Yeah, there's no way he blocks the Tesslator. So basically, what we're ending up here with is a Tesslator with 2 focus to finish off. So it's going to be within range of the reroll. So it's all down to this last Tesslator. So charges into Baron and it starts shooting. So that's -5 here. -5 drops it. Does 4. And that leaves it. So so there's a Nick thought that he had an extra focus on the Tesslator. He definitely had 2 on, so I'm not sure if he should have had it. I think Chris is like being. And then you yeah, he rolls it. Oh, that's a bittersweet end there for Nick, unfortunately. Obviously we get the ability to go look at what happened, but so Nick's conceding at this point, falling short, but like she's on 6 boxes at the end, so yeah, they've rolled it out to see what would have happened, and yeah, she would have died. I think Nick Chris should have like forced the reroll, I think, on the attack and the damage roll. So but no, absolutely like top gents, really good game. So thanks for watching. We'll be back for some more tomorrow.